just the debates that are coming up, likely will come up. House Democrats are at some points forcing you all to try and have some debates. I know last week was an example of that. The last 2 weeks, actually, you voted against allowing women or protecting women from seeking an abortion out of state. I wanted to ask you about that. But I know you also voted against contraception. That's something else that Democrats try to put on the floor. But you did vote in support for Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, your colleague, Republican from
Mhm.
Iowa, her own proposal on contraception, which would essentially allow any woman over the age of 18 to access FDA approved birth control pills over the counter, which would be pretty revolutionary. Democrats voted against that. It looks like there could be places for compromise. I know that, there's a lot of politicking when it comes to voting on things, but on that issue, on those issues, do you think that you could actually find a place to define legislation for protections? Because that could be something that may come up if you all are in the majority.
And I think that's a wonderful opportunity for us to work in a bipartisan manner on this. As you said, I supported Representative Hinson's bill to provide contraceptives to people that are 18 and over. And the thing that I continually push back on is that Republicans are not against contraception. That's not it at all. What we are against is the notion that a total free for all using non-FDA approved measures, that is somehow going to solve a problem. No, that's absolutely not it. And the notion that there was going to somehow be checkpoints across interstate lines, for women who were traveling across states to, seek abortions, that somehow there was going to be some sort of effort to police this, or go after women, that couldn't be further from the truth. And it was actually pretty infuriating to hear that argument be put on the House floor and leveraged against us. I think that the pro-life movement is a pro-woman movement. We are extraordinarily supportive of women at all stages, and to suggest that somehow that states were going to restrict interstate travel, and punish women for traveling to get an abortion was absolutely ludicrous. And I think most people across the country saw it for what it was. I mean, it was political through and through. And as you said, there was a move for the contraception bills to be put forward, yet Democrats voted against Representative Ashley Hinson's bill. And I talked to them and they said, well, we actually we're in support of this, but we just can't. The politics are clouding good policy. And I think that that's what we need to get back to, is good sound policy that is all about empowering people and to make the best decisions for themselves. And I think offering contraception that is not FDA approved, that is terribly risky. And so I think if we get the politics out of the way, take a step back and really have a conversation as Americans, not Republicans versus Democrats, but as Americans, and particularly as women. I serve in the Women's Caucus as the vice chair, and we have very incredible contributions to each other's ideas. I think that this is a place that we can actually work together, but we've got to get out of this outrage politics culture that we're living in, where one person says something crazy and the next person has to one up them. It's not productive, it's not helpful, and I think the American people, at the end of the day, they deserve better.